Alright, hello. So, it's been like almost 3 weeks since I made a video. And I honestly really haven't touched the game much in the last like 3 weeks. Yeah, I've logged in and collected my stuff, done a few fortresses, but other than that, I really haven't touched the game. Um, and it's kind of like a direct impact of my last video. I just needed a break, just needed to step away from the game. So I did. And I wanted to wait for something that I felt was kind of important to talk about to make another one. I kind of want to talk about, well, not kind of, I really want to talk about, parity in factions, PvE stuff that I think needs updating, but those are two kind of niche topics. So I'll probably save those videos for next week, within the next 2 weeks. Once I'm back into actually playing this game. I wonder, I may have gotten kicked from my guild, actually. Although I feel like if I got kicked, I would have got messaged. Hold on. No, I'm good. Okay. Oh, fuck. Am I in Guild War? That's not good. I signed up for Guild War and then forgot about it. Anyway, so I want to talk about the new hero that was just announced. Am I in the lineup? No. Perfect. I don't have to do anything. Is it even close? Hold on. Anyways, I want to talk about the new hero. Okay. Which is Moblin. Now, I talked about this with Cernanos when he was released. Is this my guild? No, it doesn't just play here. I talked about this when Cernanos was released, and I want to talk about it now. Quality versus quantity. Just with everything. Right now, it seems like the devs are going for quantity. Now the thing is, quantity can be fine if it also has some quality. But with the last two normal faction hero releases being Cernanos and Moblin now, two of honestly the worst releases they've had for new heroes since I started the game. They are both just honestly atrociously bad. Moblin attacks backline enemies, decreases their accuracy for turns. Sure. Right. Targets an annual. Fine. Increases his attack and CC resistance, and increases crit rate and crit damage when his HP gets low. That's just so lackluster. And I said it was Cernanos, and I'll say it again. That's so lackluster. That just sounds like a base 5-star hero. How much damage did I do? 179? Let's go with number one. That sounds just like a base, like Lashna's more interesting. Defronwi's more interesting. Just the base fodder 5-star heroes have been more interesting than the last two normal faction hero releases. I don't think anyone in the game, anyone in the player base, will get mad if, if they take longer between hero releases, but the heroes are always good. I understand that we need heroes that are good, for very early game players, will help carry them, but then maybe into the late game they kind of fall off. The game's a little bit too early for that. I think I talked about that in my Cernanos video, but I understand having heroes being released that are, usable in different situations, right? For example, Annual right now is basically the god of everything. Any type of PvE, any type of PvP, be it arena, guild wars, most PvE with campaign, tower, fortress, and domains. Now, Annual does have a glaring issue. Not a really an issue, but a downfall. And that is Annual in Dungeon. Annual in Dungeon is just awful. I think last month, I think it was, I made a 13-star Annual. I think I had them built pretty much the same as you'd build any ranger. I can't remember exactly what it was, but you know, the pretty standard build. And I babied Annual. You know, I got the revive with 100 HP. I got the healing potions. I had to baby Annual in Dungeon, and she made it to like 500. Now the thing is, there are much better heroes at Dungeon that are much easier to build. Icarus, Errol, Zix. Those are the big three in Dungeon, right? And they can be built much easier. A solo 13-star Icarus involves some RNG in terms of the buffs you get, or whatever you get. It involves some RNG, but a solo 13-star Icarus can do the entire dungeon. So, you know, you have heroes that are good at certain things, not so good at others. And I understand that. But the thing is, the last two hero releases, they just have not been good at anything. Cernanos is not going to help you early game, he's not going to help you mid game, and he's not going to help you late game. Same with Moblin. It's just so basic, is what it is. Now, talking about quality over quantity, I want to bring up another game that is Destiny 2. I play a lot of Destiny 2. And the next expansion is coming out February 22nd, 2022. The last expansion released was November 10th, 2020. Right? So about a year and a half in between expansions. Now, this is longer than they usually take. Before this, it was about an expansion every year since the company that made it, Bungie, went solo and split from Activision. It was about an expansion a year, you know, give or take a few days. But with the newest expansion, they're taking longer on it to polish it, to make it as good as possible. And the entire community is completely fine with it. We got some rushed expansions in the past, and they were absolutely terrible. The community did not like them, and I kind of feel the same way about this. Our new heroes, our new expansions, whatever, are they cool to get often? For sure, right? New heroes are always cool. But I'm going back to this, and I've been saying it basically this entire video. Quality over quantity. Right? For me personally, if they have to take 2, 3, even 4 months, honestly, to release a new hero, but that hero is quality. That hero, you know, is comparable to Icarus, to Errol, you know, to Wiseseater, to Grim, to Annual, to DD, right? These very, very strong heroes that everyone can use, right? I would be, just for me personally, I would be perfectly fine waiting an extra month or 2 for hero release, but have that hero be quality. Because at this point, all that's happening with the quantity of heroes that we're getting is, one, it's diluting the pool of elite heroes even further. And a lot of them just aren't that good. Some got pushed out just by time in the meta. I think Arian is a prime example of that. Arian used to be quite good back when double Icarus was insanely powerful. Arian used to be a staple on a lot of teams just because she synergized so well. You got the buff, but as time went on, Arian just kind of fell off from the meta, and that's fine. In my opinion, we don't need an Arian change. Arian had her time in the limelight and was just pushed out by time. That happens in basically every video game. things just get pushed out of the meta by time. But with the new heroes, like I said, they're just diluting the pool, right? For example, Ancientry. If you're going to summon now in, let's say, fire, because Moblin is fire, right? And Arian is honestly still pretty useful early game as a good support. I wouldn't take them into like later end game, but early game, Arian is a pretty good support, right? So if you're a new player, right? Atri, pretty strong early game. Arian, pretty strong into mid game. Icarus, strong into late game. End game now, with Grim and Yule and all that, Icarus is finally starting to fall off in the end game, but even in the late game, Icarus is still quite good. So they're just basically making it harder to acquire good heroes. It's not as prevalent now, but if they keep doing this, if they keep releasing heroes that are honestly just bad, Cernanos, Moblin, they're just bad heroes. Renex as well. If they keep doing this, they keep releasing just these awful heroes. I don't understand why they release these heroes. I don't work at the company though. That's not my issue. But if they keep releasing these garbage heroes, the pool that we have to pull from in summons, and more importantly, the Ancientry, the pool is just slowly getting diluted. And I'm at a loss for words. You know, obviously we got 2 great heroes on the light faction, and the last 2 normal faction heroes have been garbage. My next video will probably be on parity in factions, as that kind of transitions into that. But yeah, that's it.